Lauren, would you please come up, and we're going to talk about Jack Saniuk. Tonight, we honor Jack Saniuk. Saniuk. How do you pronounce it? I'm sorry. Saniuk, okay. As he is posthumously inducted into the ICBA Hall of Fame, class of 2023. He joins his dad, Mike, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1989. Jack was taken too soon from us, but in the years that he did have, he accumulated a significant list of accomplishment. He was actually nominated twice, once by his brother Mike and also by Paul Berger. Jack started bowling at a very young age and competed in his first tournament in 1975 at the age of 11 at the Fairway Sports World in Natick. Don't we remember that place? Wow. He went on to compete in the Mass State Tournament each year and with great success. During his youth bowling years, he appeared on the Channel 7 Candlepin Champ Show on numerous occasions and even had a 7-week winning streak during the series, those appearances. He took some time off in the late 70s and early 80s when he played basketball for BC High School and then Babson College. At Babson, he scored over 1,000 points, and that was before there was three-pointers. He set numerous records for his free throw shooting ability. While in college, he picked up bowling again and joined his dad Mike, Paul Berger, Don Manchester, and Joff Heavenly, and finished second in the 1983 MBS State Tournament Men's Open Team event. Jack joined the CBA Pro Tour, which only ran for about 2 years. He finished in the top 16, 19 out of the 24 tournaments he bowled in. He amassed 9 top 10 finishes, and 6 top 5 finishes, even his time on the tour. In 1985, Jack joined the WCBC Pro Bowlers Tour. In his first year, he finished 8th out of 170 bowlers, earning him Rookie of the Year accolades. He finished in the top 10 in 4 out of his first 5 years on the tour, finished 11th the other year. He recorded his first tour victory in 1991 at the Londonderry Bowling Center, rolling 14-15. Jack also was a member of the WCBC Executive Board for many years. In 1989, Jack competed with the Lucky Strike Summer Tournaments. Bowlers competed each week for 6 weeks. During that season, Jack won 2 of the tournaments and finished second in the other 4. Jack won his first NBA state championship in 1987 in the mixed teams event with Cafty Delafontaine, Shelley Carr, Lee Bergeron. He finished 8th in all events that year. In 1992, he won the NBA state men's singles with a score of 14.04. While he finished 3rd in all events that year, he qualified him for the TV finals to determine the state champions. He defeated none other than Peter Flynn and Alfie Johnson on his way to the men's state tournament all-events champion. Jack's TV appearances were numerous. In 1995, he had a 6-week run on the Channel 5 men's show, beating Mark Haynes, Steve Adney, Jack Quinn, Steve LaCavita, and Bob Kelly, the other Bob Kelly, Stoneham, before being defeated by Jim Grigalius, 392 to 388. During that streak, Jack qualified for the live championship show with a 449. During that match, he rolled 4 strikes in a row, making him one of the only bowlers in the history of the show to roll 4 strikes in a row. In August of 1995, Jack was victorious on the live championship show by defeating Jeff Atkins and Paul Berger. Little did we know that would be the last live show ever, as Channel 5 went to cancel the weekly Saturday show and subsequently the live show the next year. Jack's personal highs were impressive. A high single of 199, high triple of 472. Jack amassed 77 TV appearances from 1977 and 1995 on the various shows. Perhaps Paul Berger said it best. When I think about Jack Saniuk being inducted into the Candlepin Bowling Hall of Fame, my immediate thought was, what took so long? Jack was a critical part of teams that won World Team Championships, was a state champion, an all-events NBA champion, a WCBC winner, and also a winner of the Channel 5 live show. It's easy to see that his credentials are actually incredible. Jack's father, Mike, is in the Candlepin Hall of Fame, and it is more than appropriate that Jack join him along with the rest of his majestic group. Jack left us in 2019. He is survived by his wife, Diane, and his 3 children, Matthew, Lauren, and Brian. We present you with your plaque, Lauren, to take home, and would you please say a few words?
You want to say something? You got it? Here, you hold it. I had to write it down. My dad would be so honored, but feels so unworthy to be a part of this Hall of Fame. My grandfather, Mike, passed away when I was only 1, but my dad never hesitated to let me know how much he looked up to him in all aspects of life, but especially in bowling. Whenever discussing the Hall of Fame before, my dad never thought he'd be in it, since he never thought he was as good as his dad. I always told him, hey, Jalek only got 3 strikes in a row on TV, and you got 4. Even though my dad really stopped bowling before I was born, it still meant so much to him. He would always watch himself bowling on YouTube and taught me and my brothers his competitive nature, especially the fact that when you're playing against someone, they're no longer your friend, and you should kick their butt, and then you can be their friend again when you're done. He also never let me forget that going 10-pin bowling with my friends in high school was disgracing the family name, and my Hall of Fame grandfather would be very upset with me. I really want to thank Paul Berger and my Uncle Mike for working so hard to nominate my dad for this Hall of Fame. It really means so much to me and my family. My dad was a hard worker and incredibly competitive, and I know he would be so honored to be here and be inducted into the Hall of Fame along with his dad. Thank you for accepting him into the Hall of Fame and for everyone here to help us celebrate him. Congrats, Dad. We love and miss you.
My name's Mike Saniuk, Jr., as I was known around the bowling alleys, because I could never be Mike Saniuk. And how do you think it feels being the worst bowler in the family? Not very good. But my brother was a tenacious competitor. He was a great bowler. He was a great guy. I miss him very much, and I wish he could be here to accept this award himself. I'd just like to mention that today is the 78th anniversary of my father and mother's wedding, and how fitting it is that on their anniversary, Jack gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think it's terrific, and what a coincidence that is. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee and Paul Berger for his help in putting this all together. It's tough filling out the applications for this Hall of Fame. It's tough. And to gather the records of over all the years, my mother Helen had 10 scrapbooks of notes, paper articles, and score sheets from his whole career. And that's the only way I was able to get this put together with Paul and get it submitted. So thank you for the committee, thank you all. And there's a lot of people in this room that I knew as a child because I followed my father around in all the bowling alleys. And I was glad to say hi to a lot of them. And thank you very much.
What's left? We all know that Jack was a tenacious competitor, so I'm going to go to the other side. The other side of Jack that not too many of you probably know. He was strictly family. I would be with him, and I would hear about his mom, his dad, his children, his wife, and a multitude of cousins who rooted against me during the tournament. In any case, Jack was a complete person, and tremendous competitor, tremendous bowler, and I think he's in the right place now in the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and we inducted him later on, as all will be.